Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Fitness and Health, which is how to get close to someone and make it last. This is episode 5, and I am in the gym, just finished training legs. As you can see, there's hardly anybody in the gym but me. You can see here. But it doesn't matter because we're here and we're going to be talking about emotional response of emotions. Everyone has emotions, and there's different ranges of emotions. And when you meet someone for the first time, usually it's what's called social veneer, which means a lot of times people put up a front and they pretend to be something that they're not, or they put on this facade. So you got to get through that social veneer, because through that is who the real person is. And a lot of times people get fooled by social veneer. If you meet someone, then you want to make sure that there's genuine interest, strong interest or above. If anything is below that, sometimes when a guy approaches a girl, she may exhibit interest, but she really isn't interested in him, and she may give us a phone number or an email or some way to contact her, but then she doesn't respond when he reaches out to her. So he reaches out to her, and then she doesn't reply. She doesn't answer his text messages, doesn't answer his phone calls, doesn't answer his emails. So she really wasn't interested in him. She pretended to be, or had a facade of showing interest, but there really was no interest. So you really want to make sure the person is interested in you as much as you are interested in them. That's really important, because that can create a lot of despair when you're really interested in them and they're really not interested in you. So to avoid that, number one, don't get hung up on them. That's really important. When you meet someone for the first time, it's just, you got to keep it really casual and really light. You want to be very lighthearted about it. Don't get serious about this, because you don't really know until you really go deeper into the situation. So you want to, just very, very lightly and see, how much reaching that they're doing. If you're doing all the reaching and they're not really reaching at all, then, there could be a number of reasons. Maybe she's really shy. It could be that, she's not really interested. She's just pretending to be. But the key to the whole thing is you want there to be mutual interest. So you want to make sure you get a phone number. And if you call her, how long does it take her to respond? Does she call you back right away? Does she answer your text messages? These are indications that she is interested or she's not. You're going to know right away. If you send her a message and you don't hear anything back, you got your answer, and you can go on to someone else. But like I said, don't get hung up on them. And a lot of people get, they meet somebody and they get infatuated, they get hung up, they get really excited. And just keep it really mutual. Just keep it, really laid back. Don't get hung up. Don't get really serious about it, because you don't really know where you stand until you reach out and you send a text. You're going to find out if she's going to respond right away, if she isn't. And I would say If she doesn't respond right away, then wait a while and then send another text message or call and see if she responds. And if she doesn't, then there's your answer, because you've already reached twice and she didn't reply, and now she's ghosting you. So the thing is many are called and few are chosen, and one causes things by action, not by thinking dim thoughts. So you just have to move on, move forward. And like I said, the best thing to do is meet a lot of different women, because in that journey, it's like door-to-door selling. You know, you're going to be knocking on a number of doors, and I mentioned this in an earlier episode. You can, if you haven't seen the earlier episodes, go back and watch episodes 1 through 4 to get caught up. But I talk about door-to-door selling and dating. Finding someone for a date is like door-to-door selling. You're going to knock on a door, and the person isn't going to come to the door. They're going to be mad, or they're going to tell you to get away. And then you go to the next door. And then you go to the next door, and the next door, and the next door. And sooner or later, someone is going to be open and interested in what you are selling. And you're selling yourself in case of a date. So you might have to approach a number of women before you find a woman who's genuinely interested in you. But just keep going. Just keep going door to door. And it's a very interesting process, you know. And then what you say, a lot of, you know, there's a lot of dating coaches that tell guys what to say to women. They make up these lines, and there's really no lines to really say. You know, just go up and say hello. Like in this gym here, you know, if I wanted to meet a woman in a gym, I probably would just go up to her and ask her how long she's been coming here, you know, how long she works, what kind of a training program she's on. It's not anything crazy. So you don't really need any lines. It's just going up to them, being sincere, and finding out if they have genuine interest in you. It's that simple. You know, simplicity is everything. It's not complicated, and you don't want it to be complicated. I mean, you want to find someone who's genuinely interested in you, because that way it's reciprocal. And so anyway, guys, I just wanted to run that by you. I just finished training. In fact, I got some training, some abs now to do, and then I'll be done for the day. But you know, I thought I'd do this episode while I was here in the gym. Episode 5. Then we're going to go on to some other things. But the main thing you have to look at is the emotional response. Because at the top, you're going to have enthusiasm, and then cheerfulness, and then it'll come down, you know, interest. It may mild interest, and then it comes down to antagonism, anger. You're gonna meet women in a lot of different emotional bands, and some of them are gonna be really excited or happy to meet you, and then you're gonna have women that are like, you know, they're gonna be antagonistic, or they're not, you know, they're gonna show unexpressed resentment, or you know, they're not gonna be so happy to meet you. So you're gonna meet all types, and they're going to be in a lot of different emotional responses. So, and the same thing, you know, with women meeting men, it's the same thing. You know, you're going to have a lot of different emotional responses, because everyone has an emotion that they're living in, or that's what they are. And like I said earlier, there's usually a social veneer which they are showing as to, you know, I am this person, when in actuality, they're not. They're actually in apathy or grief, but they're not going to show that. So they're going to show another side of them, which may be interest or strong interest, but in actuality, they're not really that. So that's the trouble when people get together. The real person comes out, because when you met them, they perceived themselves to be this kind of a person, but when you really got with them, you found out the truth. You found out who they really were, and that's not the person that you met originally. So you've got to understand that meeting people, you're going to run into these different emotional types, and we're going to go more into that in future episodes. But just remember, just to keep it simple, are they high or are they low when you meet them? Just look at it that way. When I meet a woman, is she open to me? Is she interested in me? Is she willing to talk to me? Is she willing to be in my space? She's not trying to get away or in a hurry or wanting to go somewhere or do something. So those are all indications, but just start with that. They high or low when you meet them, and then you can go from that. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you. I will see you in episode 6, the next episode. And always remember, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Keep chasing your greatness and never stop believing in yourselves. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode.